Adults of Reddit, what is something every teenager needs to know? It's okay to say no to anyone. Don't let anyone in your life guilt trip you into doing something you don't want to do or are uncomfortable with. It's exactly as lame to not do something you want to do because it's too mainstream or popular as it is to do something only because it's cool and the cool kids are doing it. The measure of whether someone has the potential to be a new friend of yours is not whether they like a bunch of things you like. It is entirely possible to become friends with people who like a ton of things you've never heard of, or even already decided you dislike. You are at a spot in life where a lot of your likes and dislikes are subject to change anyway. Biggest thing. Making a new friend often takes time. Lots of time. Much longer than movies and shows make it look like. Find things to do. Groups to join. City league sports to play. Pandemic permitting. Or after. And keep learning about the people you see repeatedly. Far too many early 20s people who report having no friends made a premature judgment that one or more prospective friends were off the list, when it just needed a lot more time. Failing is okay. Get a marketable skill. Unskilled labor sucks. You need something that's going to pay you. It doesn't have to be your life's passion, contrary to what my peers were saying at that age. But you do need to be able to tolerate it. Don't put off dealing with mental health issues. Developing unhealthy coping mechanisms for emotional issues will fuck you up big time down the road. If you have issues, deal with it head on. Right away. It can take time, but start the work now. Also, save for retirement. You should open a Roth IRA yesterday. When you get to driving, you need to realize that the laws of physics apply to you. They aren't out to get you. They're just indifferent. Slow the fuck down and don't horse around. You're driving a very heavy machine at speeds we did not evolve to deal with. Be safe. If you don't have a passion, learn new skills. You might find your passion or something you're good at. If you are assaulted on campus, notify the police, not campus security. How to de-escalate difficult situations. And how to disagree with a teacher, someone in authority, without sounding like a know-it-all or in a condescending manner. For example, if a teacher says X and you are certain you learn differently, recognize that there may be certain circumstances that you may not realize that changes something. Lead the disagreement with a saying like, "Excuse me, I may be wrong, but I thought learned why." This kind of phrasing does not cause the other person to be on the defensive, which can allow gentle new instruction for you, or a graceful, face-saving correction for the teacher. A situation with differing opinions doesn't have to be confrontational. I graduated 10 years ago from high school and none of those people are in my life now. So take your time being you and grow your self-esteem and talents now over wasting time trying to impress those pricks you won't even remember in a few months after graduation. Edit. It seems like there is some confusion as to my advice. I am not saying drop your friends. Those are a very important aspect of life, especially in high school. What I am saying is drop the politics and drama of your school. I know it feels like it is the whole world now. But if you let those who try to bring you down, who mock you, who try and pressure you will not be around forever. Worry about building yourself to being the best you that you can become. I still have contact with a few childhood friends to this day. Just not really any I made in high school. But all those negative, drama craving, bullies, and those downbeats in general will not follow you. Start trying to save money now. You will definitely thank yourself later on. Honestly, your teens are the perfect time to begin small on creating good habits that pay off big in the long run. 1. Save and/or invest 10% of any money you receive. 2. Create a habit of exercising. Even just small exercises. Every day. 3. Someone else said it, but it is worth repeating. Brush your teeth. 4. Figure out what you enjoy. Read and try a lot of different things. Go to camps. Or shadow any jobs you think you might be interested in. Sometimes the job you think you'd enjoy, you find out you have no interest in at all. This will save you a lot of money. Like studying pre-med and learning you hate healthcare. 5. This is a difficult one as a teen. But try to establish a decent sleeping habit. Preferably one where you wake up early. I feel like I slept my teen years away. Edit. On number 5 I meant going to bed earlier and waking up earlier. Not sleeping less. I realize teens need more sleep. Edit 2. Guys, I don't have all the answers. Those were just what came to my head at the moment. Feel free to add additional numbers. Hold yourself to your own standards. If you wouldn't let anyone treat your friends' family like trash, then don't do it yourself. If you feel learning is a positive thing, then learn on the daily. If you value work and security, then give yourself security through work. If you expect others to be intelligent and to care, then you should be intelligent and caring. Hold yourself accountable for how you want the world to be. Be a part of the world you want to live in. Edit. Wow. This stratospherically launched my internet points. Thank you very much everybody. That feels very nice. I wish you all a great week. XDD. People, employers, etc. will take advantage of your naivete. In many cases this will be illegal. Learn a second language. It's good for your brain. And it's a lot easier when you're young. Get active and fit, make it a habit. This is one of the most important ways to stave off cognitive decline as you get older. Plus, it's great for managing mental health during the transition to adulthood. While you shouldn't believe those who say these gonna be the best years of your life, try to make the most of it. To enjoy the ride. Don't be ashamed of your hobbies and passions. Those who make fun of that can go fuck themselves. Every feeling you have deserves to be expressed in any constructive manner. Don't fear rejection from those you like, love. Tell them and come what may. Cashiers don't care if you buy condoms. Advice is free. And if you respond to it with, "I know," then you're probably not gonna figure your problem out. I've said this before, but it's important. When someone says you can't do something in life, it means they can't do it. Not that you can't. Learn to trust your gut when in strange situations. If something feels off wrong, it probably is. Don't go along with something if it feels wrong. The person you love at the 17th of May not be the person you love at 30. You change. They change. Learn how to cook. It's way cheaper and usually faster than takeout. There's always more to it. Right now isn't the be-all and end-all. Edit. Wow, we thank you for the awards, kind strangers. I will also say that by no means as a teen should your feelings be downplayed, and this is not suggesting that your current issues are minimal. It's important to recognize how you're feeling, but also don't let it consume or dictate how you look towards your future. There is always going to be a better time. To those who reached out to me, keep pushing on. You deserve so much better. We'll get better and have exciting things ahead. Most of your friends are the product of geographic convenience. Just because you grew up being friends with a neighbor or a fellow student, doesn't mean you owe them your undying loyalty when they start treating you like shit. We know all the tricks. We were teenagers once before as well. Every teenager should be taught proper sex ed. How to prevent pregnancy and STIs. They should also do a better job of explaining the differences between real sex and porn. Though honestly there are some great instructional videos on Pornhub out there. Edit. And adding consent explicitly per s pertinent reminder. This is going to sound cliche, but just be yourself. Having friends is important. But don't act like them just to fit in. You may not entirely know who you are yet. And by not being yourself, you're going to lose your true self in the mix. If you're lucky, it'll take many years and a lot of soul searching to even bring back your uniqueness. And then clump that all together to learn who you truly are. I made this mistake. I'm 37 now. It took me 20 years to undo everything, because in college and afterwards, I was a chameleon, changing my personality with each group of friends I was with. I had no idea who I was. It took a lot of work on my self-esteem to recorrect my thought process. Edit. High school is really tough. As hard as it might be. Try not to feed a bully with more ammo. Ignore the person and they'll get bored and move on. Also, try to enjoy life. Responsibly, of course. You can have some great, fun, and happy years as a teenager. Figure out what activities you love most to do. And do them. Hang out with positive people. Put yourself first. You're going to get hurt. But the feelings will pass. I promise. These are all things I didn't do as a teenager. I had a traumatic childhood and its effects really started to hit me as a teenager. It led to miserable years. When it could have been so much different. Compound interest. It's never too early to start saving for retirement. Your perception of time makes things seem like they take forever to make any progress. If you want to become really good at something, you have to dedicate much more time than your young mind thinks is reasonable to it. Like a lot more. Quit quitting and moving on. Focus. Have discipline. It's the hardest thing to at your age, but you can benefit the most. Take a personal finance class. Twitter, or any social media, is a loaded gun. It's there forever, even if you delete it. There are people in bad situations. This is sad. But not all of them want to be saved from it. We, your parents, are harsh because we want you to make better choices than we did. The wisest of us, though, will let you make mistakes and fail to a smaller degree. 'Cause we know you don't listen. Edit. Some parents truly are assholes. My advice isn't universal in this case. Sorry for any confusion. Check out to see if yours qualifies.